So I don't know, it's pretty interesting how when you look at something, you can only focus on one thing at a time if you were to really look at something. Um, that's cool about how the eyes work, about how you look far away. Your eyes have to open up a bit when you look farther away. When you look closer, it's to close in again a bit. It's pretty cool. Okay, so what else? So I did mention that I took psychology classes, so I did graduate in psychology with my bachelor's degree. I graduated from liberal arts college, so I did take other classes as part of my education requirement. Took classes in Spanish, physics. What else? I took classes in philosophy. I originally wanted to be a philosophy major when I entered. I switched to psychology for numerous reasons. One of them was I wasn't so good at philosophy. Psychology was a little bit easier to understand and to write about and to express myself on paper. They had a very specific format. You just learn how to use it. You could express yourself pretty well. That helped me. That structure, because in philosophy there's really no structure. There's just they try to give you structure, but I don't know. Or at least I couldn't get it. Now, though, with my experience now with my business, which is related to a piece of educational technology, when I use this for myself to learn, I sort of realize how I can learn anything. Whenever a person, or when I say, or I guess any person would say, that they can't do something or something is just too difficult in terms of learning something. I mean, pretty much everything you do in life is learning, so I would say pretty much anything. If you have any difficulty with anything, there's a way to do it. You just have to learn the vocabulary, learn the steps, learn the pieces, learn the individual parts which make up the whole. And through that, you get to do anything. Like right now, if I take philosophy again, I'll try to learn the specific points. Sort of learning like the basic arithmetic in mathematics. Learn 1 plus 1 equals 2, then 2 times 2 equals 4. Learn all those basic little components very well, and then as you go to the next component, you also learn that next component really well, and you learn it based on how it's connected to the smaller components. So everything builds off each other. So I'd approach philosophy that way next time. And there was a structure. They showed it to us about using logic, analytics, as they call it, to take an argument and break it apart into premises, and then the logical steps of the argument it makes that are based off those premises, and also relationships that the argument suggests exist between those premises and either other premises or even evidence you could work with too, which is pretty cool. What's strange I found in philosophy is how in philosophy they like to stay away from evidence. They like to, because if it involves evidence, then it's called science. If it doesn't involve evidence, then it's philosophy because it's more of a universal truth, It's kind of weird for me. So I grew up always placing everything into context about, the world works. So when you sort of limit yourself to just, one side, you sort of lose the whole side of, the whole picture. So that never made sense to me. There's actually like this thing called experimental philosophy in Stanford, though they limit themselves to testing out philosophy theories in the context of everyday life, the real world. So I mean, yeah, sure, that may be cool, but that's not really what I was after. It's really, I was after like truth, how things work, how we should live, all these different questions. Any question really, any question basically is philosophy. That's how I see it. You have a question why does this work, how it works. That's, for me, it's a question. You find out. That involves investigation, it involves questioning, that involves studying, it involves talking to people, it involves reading, that involves seeing for yourself, testing it out. So yeah, I mean, and I'm sure, like, I've never heard throughout my life many different people expressing the same point, how it's always better to bring disciplines together to see everything from all sides, and that's just common sense, right? You want to see one thing from all perspectives, and you really look at it from all perspectives, then theoretically, right, you would know it from all perspectives as most as you can. That's the goal, isn't it? To like know everything the best you can to the most possible, largest degree possible. If you do that, then there's more clarity than there was before, right? So that's like the goal, always progressing, always moving forward, always like learning, growing, expanding. Um, and now I'm getting back to the education point, the tool I work with. I notice a lot of people end up going in a position in their life where they're stuck in a dead-end job, or they sort of give up because they're in a position where they think they can't do anything, where it's too much, it's hard, or I don't know exactly what other reasons exist, but I know that already that it's possible to overcome anything. I mean, I'm saying that sounds like very arrogant. I guess you can overcome anything, but to say you can't overcome something before really giving it your whole entire effort and everything you've got. And when you look at it, when you give something everything you got, it's like you're going to always keep trying until you die, you know? It's like that point, like, I'm always going to keep trying to do this until the day I die, like, and you mean it, sort of like, I'm going to try everything I can, do everything I can, try all options, try everything, go with all my effort. And, you may fail 100 times, but you'll get success, won't you, right? It's like there's a technique in math called trial and error. You keep trying all the different options until you get it right. And, sometimes it's better to use like a formula or whatever, but that's part of life. It's also part of mathematical technique that I used to help me within my math classes, like to trial and error. Test and see is basically what trial and error means. Test it and see. Test all these different things until you find out which one that works. And keep testing, even see there's one even better. It's just part of life, part of Also, the problem that I faced with myself was failure. Let me see, because the video's getting long. I can keep talking. I can always make other videos. So. Yeah, it's 14 minutes. Okay, that wasn't 8 minutes. About 2 minutes ago, I was thinking like, oh yeah, it's probably past time. Okay. This is good as a practice video. I'm not sure if I'll upload this or not. Maybe it will. Maybe not. Let's see.